6, 7, 8, and 9. Numbers that's so deadly. If you call a number in the wrong location, your 3 points gone. We have a problem in Trinidad. Some say the problem is Trinidad, but this Trinidad artist gonna paint the artistic solution the government pretending to look for. Cause let me be real, I never see music shoot a man yet.
Welcome to another episode of Talks with KG. And you see this episode, we have an extremely special episode. And the reason why I say special, well, you're going to know why just now. But you know, it's Trinidad to the world. I'll be representing for the Trinidad at all times. So from the time I see somebody, especially a younger person, representing for the Trinidad, you know, we had to get them full ratings. Full ratings. Now, I don't really know much about the individual, so I'm going to learn a lot about the individual same way. But the individual catch my attention with a Trinidad poem. Poem, what do you call it?
Poem.
A Trinidad poem. A piece of art, right? A piece of art. I want to introduce to you all Shakira. Well, she said that not an alias. She said she ain't famous enough to have an alias. But today, that is the alias. Shakira The Poet.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Man,
I appreciate the
man.
love. I appreciate you inviting me into this space. It's a pleasure.
First and foremost, I want to give you your flowers, and I also want to congratulate you on your first prize,
Thank
your
you.
first place, I should say. Shakira won. Well, I don't really know anything about the poetry industry, but I want you to explain to the people.
So basically, I won the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. So I became the national poetry champion, basically. So I won the Grand Slam for 2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With a Trinidad poem, most important.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Trinidad. Well, I titled it the Numbers Game, but I realized it's famous for getting Trinidad.
Trinidad, come on.
But my finals piece is actually titled The Voice at 99%. So that's a totally different piece here that I
so
won
the piece
with.
that we saw
Is the semi-finals
that was
piece.
so it's different.
Different pieces. You're not allowed to perform the same piece twice.
All right. Nice. So, as I say, I'm not really too familiar with the poetry industry.
Yeah.
First and foremost, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Wow. You see? Young, you know? What school did you go?
I attended Cohen Hamilton Secondary. That's in Maruga.
Because you're from Maruga.
I'm from Maruga, born and raised in Maruga. South Hill.
Yeah. In the poem, she say, I come from quite Maruga.
Yeah.
You know? I feel that.
South is love always. After up the Southlands, wherever I go.
Yeah. So let me go all the way back. Because I say I don't know the individual.
Yeah.
You know, it come like the first time, you know. So I have a lot of questions to ask. First and foremost, how was it growing up in Maruga?
Wow. Country people, as they would call us.
Yeah.
Life in South is pretty much what you would imagine it. Children playing cricket in your road.
Right.
You try to go by the shop when you're not supposed to go, and your aunt's calling him and I say, hey, look, son, so outside tiffin away.
Yeah.
So country is really community.
Right.
You know, when I think about country, not saying that nowhere else has a sense of community.
Of course.
But country has a
Yeah.
different sense
You can't
of...
beat back country, man.
Country has a different sense of community. If you're passing on the road and you tell 20 million good morning,
That is a problem.
but when you reach home, your mother can say, hey, I hear you pass this morning and you tell 20 million good morning.
Real life.
Yeah, so that's what it was like growing up in South. And I realized that Southern people have a different, we have a different
Yeah, South is a
energy
totally different country.
Different world. So it's a totally different world. And growing up in South taught me to be humble.
Right.
Manners, you know, no matter how far you reach, you must always remember the South, that you come where you come from, you know, and growing up in the South has been a good experience. I think I was meant for the South.
Yeah. So you're moving out the South just
I am
so.
moving out the South.
Yeah, you ain't coming down in the tongue lands just so.
I go visit.
Yeah.
I must go back home.
I
must go back home.
So how you start into the whole poetry thing?
Well, actually, I was a student at Cohen Hamilton when I started. I was a Form 1 student, believe it or not. So that was probably a cool 10 years ago when I started. A teacher, English teacher, gave us an assignment to write a poem. And I was like, overachiever at heart.
Right.
I was like, I can write my poem now, so that when I go home, I don't have any homework to do. And I wrote it, and it came so naturally. I was like, wow, like I really have a...
Yeah, like it wasn't really no
problem.
real effort.
And I remember I was so good at it, I wrote everybody else's homework for them too. So everybody could go home and relax.
Right.
But it was at that point in time that I realized that I had...
You had a talent.
I had some... I didn't know it was talent yet.
Before that,
I
you had
just
any other
realized
talents, like before?
I used to play the guitar.
Right.
I thought I wanted to be a musical. I thought I wanted to be a musician, but music wasn't my calling. So I tried music, but it didn't work out.
Right.
So before that, I tried music, and then I fell into poetry.
Yeah.
And then teachers at Cohen Hamilton took great interest in me because they realized this child she have a talent for words, and there was where I kind of really found my foundation for poetry.
Yeah, so your teacher has been pushing you throughout your whole school life. So you was the best in the school?
I wouldn't say I was the best in the school.
It had other
other poets. Grand Slam champion last year, 2023, Kyle Hernandez. He was
so
also from Maruga.
Creating poets.
Yeah, so I would have we would have competed against each other on Sunday for the title of Grand Slam champion.
Right. I used to write poems back in the days too.
Hitman or something.
You know, roses are red. You know, violets are blue. You know, something.
Right.
Something you. Now, on the only thing, that is where I start my whole artistic life, too, you know, as a youth. Just getting blank pieces of paper. And once we're in school, once the teacher say write compositions or write poetry, that's when I was most happy.
Yeah.
You know, everything else was irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, you know, even what is it call it? When the teacher calling out the words and you have to dictation, like anything to do with writing. You know, I just used to be intrigued about, you know.
You found that being an artist came naturally to you as well?
Yeah, because it started with poetry, right? And I just writing these words. I write about anything.
Yeah.
Anything come to my mind. Atto Bolden, Kiskidi. Anything come to me
that blow too hard,
I'm writing about that pages. And my mom used to always print it out for me and have it there.
Wow.
And I said,
so she was a big support.
Yeah, because she had not realized I had a way with words. You know, and through that now, I went to the poetry, started to get boring, but I feel like the music was like the level up. Like, let me see if a couple words on a beat now.
Yeah.
And that's where the music really started.
Wow.
You know, but poetry, to me, all real artists, you start with poetry. If you didn't start with poetry, something wrong.
Yeah.
And I feel that's why the music song in a certain way these days, because a lot of these artists start with poetry.
Yeah.
They start with Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, and they start
social media.
Yeah, they start with that influence now. You know, but poetry is what really kick off the
that's
whole.
the foundation.
Yeah. You know, so you're going through school, as they say, you're doing the poetry. You was in those competitions since Form 1?
My first time actually joining First Citizens National Poetry Slam, I was still a student.
Right.
So I would have joined. So that's same about 9 years ago. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to win the slam at that stage.
Why you say you wasn't ready?
I don't think I wanted it for all the wrong reasons.
As in?
I wanted to win so that I could shine. I wanted to win so that I could say I win, and I wanted it for all the wrong reasons. I wasn't chasing purpose, and I wanted it for all the wrong, because I'm a little fresh chicken, and I was starting to write poetry, and I feel I could do it, and I wasn't ready. So I journeyed along. When I lost the slam initially, I took a long time to come back to it. Right. I did other things, Best Village, Sandfest. I did a lot of other things along my journey.
With the poetry?
With the poetry.
Yeah.
I didn't even join the slam immediately after school, because after CSEC I did Cape, and then I did my BA in theatres, so I have a first class honours in theatre arts. So I went and I did all those things, and then I felt like, okay,
Yeah, because
Already.
now you learn all the
Already.
different parts
Yes,
of it, the
yes.
theater and all these things.
I went and educate myself and make a attack back.
Yeah. And you come this time confident.
Yeah.
Like you felt
I
like...
was chasing purpose this time. I was chasing purpose this time.
Yeah,
I was telling my mom earlier, I don't know when somebody handed me a baton and I became the voice for the young people, but just yesterday I wake up and I realized, wow. Like when did I become that person?
Because you are, right now.
Yeah.
You are. You know, people been sharing the video been super viral.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and somebody said me it. Got anything to do with Trinidad? They're sending
you.
Like Trinidad, all them a chain.
Yeah.
They know I repping for the Trinidad. And the same thoughts that you have for the Trinidad, what I heard in the poem, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, this is the real, this is the truth. You know, and I was so proud to hear a young person bring that to the light. And then to see the video go viral now, it was even better.
Yeah.
You know? As we are saying though, you do the poem, the young people see it. Right now you're the voice for the youths.
Yeah.
You know, I see your followers going up.
Yeah.
You know, it's all kind of
One day
thing.
I went to bed with 995 and next day I woke up, I had 2,000 and something. No, that minor on the grand scale of things, but it just happened.
No,
it just happened like that.
People intrigued like that video, as I say, that video burned down the place. Right? But as I say, right now, it come like you as a voice for the youths, right? Before this accomplishment though, before the video went viral and all these things, were you interested in that type of vibes all the time? Like, why are they fighting the youths, the government, this, that, all these different things?
Yes, because I had too many people in my life experience, I'm looking for the perfect word to call it. Let's call it disappointment at the hands of people that's supposed to be curating opportunities for young people.
Right.
And I think I've always felt very passionate about that, but I didn't realize that that's the way I wanted to walk in my art form. But I've always felt really passionate about that.
You always had like a, how to put it?
Yeah, and it started, that whole passion really started in the piece. I talk about a youth that got, he was kicked out of the army because he failed a police polygraph, and that's a true story.
Brilliant line, yeah.
That's a true story, and in that poem, I'm basically speaking about my cousin, my other half, my heart, you know, and he went through something really serious when he lost that opportunity, and I don't think people realize that when we cheat young people out of opportunities like that, what it does to them. I mean, we're talking about somebody that was already on the way to enter the service, had already bought his things, packed his bag, and then at the last minute they say, nah, he ain't making the cut.
What he's supposed to do now?
What is he supposed to do now? Where is he supposed to go? You know, I mean, we reading articles where, you know, magistrates saying, yes, it's wrong, it's not right, so what people do, but still nobody, nothing, no solution, it's wrong, but where is the solution? Where is the fix to the problem?
Where's the compromise?
What is the compromise? And when I feel that kind of fire for that, like, nah, I have to put this energy into something, because that's not only his experience.
And you didn't even know that is what you would have created.
Yeah. I didn't know it would become the monster that it did.
Yeah. And before we go into that though, let me just take a little break and we come right back. Boom. Yeah man, back again. So Shakira the Poet.
Yeah.
First and foremost, how was it? How was the feeling when you won the competition?
It was a bit surreal.
Right. 50,000.
50,000. 50,000.
50,000.
And I want to say something without sounding cocky, for lack of a better term.
Be real.
But God had already prepared me for that win.
Right.
God had already said, this is what I'm going to do for you. But I had to be obedient in the message that he wanted me to deliver. You know? And it's me realizing too that It's not about my shine. Again, I had to realize that it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about my talent. It's not about my ability to articulate the piece. It's not about that. It's about the message, and I am just the messenger. I am just the vessel that God is using to deliver the message, you know. And God basically told me, hey, you deliver the message, and I'm gonna hold my end of the deal for you. And that's what He did. That's what He did.
You say that you didn't the numbers poem. That wasn't the piece for the final.
No.
The piece for the final was what you said?
It's titled "The Voice of 99%."
So that was like probably on the same type of...
It fuels the same type of energy, but I'm not talking directly about music in that one. I'm basically talking about the privileged, the 1%, versus us, the 99% community, and how they abuse that privilege, how they misuse it.
So you just burn in fire?
I just burn in fire.
Yeah.
I have my poetic rifle, and I just out here causing trouble.
Yeah.
I basically calling out the top dogs, and I let them know, hey, we're not stupid. We're not fool, we saying. And if nobody else wanna say it, I saying it.
In the piece you say have a certain line, which is my favorite line, I must say.
Tell me.
I say oh God, your
content don't change unless your inspirations do.
Yeah.
I saw you reposted it on social media, and I had a feeling it was that.
Say that again.
Basically, I'm saying if music is the problem,
no, but
then
say the
lock
line,
me up
say the
too.
line.
Yeah, because my content don't change unless my inspirations
my content don't change unless my inspirations do. That line alone, to me, if you didn't say anything else in the poem, like when it comes to Trinidad, that line alone is what I've been saying my entire life.
Wow.
You want somebody to sing a certain type of music, or you want somebody to do as... People believe that a lot of the youths... I'm not saying it don't have people who's coming to the industry and just do things for fame, eh?
Yeah.
Obviously it have that. It have men who just coming in and they might just sing a gunman song because they're seeing where that is what getting through. But I could tell you, the ones that start the Trinidad industry, Swanee, Rebel, Plumpy, the list goes on.
Yeah.
You know? They start by singing what they knew. That is all they knew.
Yeah.
You know? That is all they knew. When they wake up in the morning, that is all they're seeing. That the people that they are around. But that is how Trinidad was formed.
My brother had this amazing analogy, and that analogy is what actually allowed me to create that bad verse.
Right.
He said, Shakira, when it is Beyonce, Usher, Trey Songz, all these top R&B artists, when it is they creating albums and they just travel to Paris, Italy, all these places they have to curate the experience, they have to set up the mind in a certain
even
way.
the rappers and them singing about the strippers and things,
them
just have to bring the birds and them in the studio sometimes.
They have to go to the clubs
Come on.
to create the experience so that they can produce that. But our artists don't even have to travel. All they have to do is open the window and bullets flying and people dying, and that is why they are able to create it at such a rapid pace because it's true. And that's why other people could relate to it. You understand? They don't have to travel to go anywhere. All they have to do is go outside and sit down. And they will see it. And if we want them to create something different, if we want them to create something positive, what we have to do is change their surroundings for them, expose them to different things, give them different opportunities. And what they produce will change. It will be different because they are experiencing a different type of life.
No joke. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And here the thing too, right? So all the time, it always had these arguments on social media about this Trinidad and the numbers and the crime and the this. Right true, right? See, your poem, it changed a lot of minds. You know? I see in people who used to bad talk Trinidad and say all kind of things. After Shakira poem, now they're sharing it. You know?
Wow.
Now because now they understand, because the way how you bring that across, I don't think nobody else could have bring it across like that.
Yeah.
And I give thanks for that poem because
I
believe it shake the place and it show people that we stop making excuses for what's going on.
My brother was saying in the days of Dolce, Fresh, all of them,
What you mean?
they say that Trinidad was at the highest murder rate at that time.
Yeah.
And there was no Trinidad music.
But the baddest set of men is the Russian mafia. These men were in tuxedo, eating bagels, drinking tea, had a wife, full family, man, and them killing a set of people. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, be real. Why we blaming, but
Music.
I feel like Trinidad now, we have a classism problem
Yes, we do.
now. Not racism, and a classism. Slash with racism, a little bit of
course,
racism
of
in the
course.
mix. But it's really a rich and poor thing.
Of
now.
course.
So one of them realize, oh, you from the ghetto, or you poor. Anything you do, they want to talk
The
about
1% versus the 99.
I need to hear that piece too. How come we hear that piece?
Well, I think that the slam is going to drop the voice of 99% on their own.
Have
So
to.
I'm not allowed to drop that
yeah,
content until they release their footage. You
Yeah,
know?
come with that.
Because
I think in Shakira went with the Trinidad poem.
a lot of people thought that
Yeah,
today.
well,
A lot of people thought that, but it's a totally different
that
poem.
must really make you win too. But he said now.
Probably.
She shake her. I never see a poem shake the place so
Yeah.
well. I don't think so,
And it's no excuse because in the poem, I do say that I never see music shoot a man yet.
It
When
has
it is
so
the performing
much-
autopsies, I never see nobody say Cosa, that is lyrics, you know.
It has so much bars and give my next banner because right now I can't remember.
You
but
can't remember?
It's so much. Like I feel like you have to say it over or some kind of thing.
We have
because-
more youths than we have opportunities,
We have
so
more
we
youths.
pretend that the music is the real problem.
Correct. That's the next one. Give my next one. Give my next one. Give my next one. It's too much.
I have no shame, so I say it again. I load up my wooded rifle upon them and I knock it again.
And again.
And again.
Big up
Make-
K-Lion.
Big up K-Lion.
You did. Yeah. That was a serious one.
Yeah.
The numbers game is
The
in the night.
numbers game is the title.
Yeah.
I know the title gets lost in all the all the popularity of it, but it's actually my brother actually titled it The Numbers Game. And he was a big influence behind me understanding what to create. Because at the end of the day, Trinidad is an art form.
Right.
And I never want to misquote, misunderstand. So I basically got a crash course in Trinidad music before I created the numbers game because he wanted to make sure that I understood.
So he was letting you know exactly, hey, they
Listen.
were going on, they were going on, they
I
were not
remember
going
home
on.
and my phone pinging is this one to listen, that one to listen.
Yeah.
Swanee, K-Man, all the popular artists. I had to
K-Man
listen.
say
Reprisal.
Oh,
Nah,
that
I
is
say
it.
denial.
Come on.
Yeah. I never listened reprisal before that. Now I know it by heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've grown to appreciate the art form through my piece. I've interacted with it before, but never on a level that I had to sit down and meditate on the music.
Right.
And you realize that these are really gifted,
No, they're super
lyrically
talented youth.
genius
It's a
youths.
reason why the music working. They don't want to talk about that now.
Yeah.
It don't just work. Trinidad is a place where you learn a steel pan and calypso, learn a soca. If you wasn't singing soca last 10 years, 10, 12, 15 years, you cannot get you as an artist.
Yeah.
And the Trinidad industry form, and the people love the melodies, they
Yes.
love the music. Yes, it had the little mad thing in it, but it
Of
had mad
course.
thing in everything. If you go in the church, it had people in
In
there dying.
church, yeah.
You understand? So anywhere you go, you always have people that will try to smudge up the thing.
Yeah.
But the majority of the youths, I could say, because I know all of them personally,
Yeah.
that is why I had to tell you thanks, because
Yeah.
you kind of show society that it's not their fault.
not their
Stop
fault.
blaming the youths
No,
and them for everything.
It's not.
We need
it's
more
not.
opportunities in Trinidad and Tobago.
We need.
It have no opportunities. Men that say my lot, go
Yeah.
in the army, all kind of kicksy thing.
Yeah.
But like be real, if I'm as a videographer,
Yeah.
it I know where to go to be a videographer.
But the application process is just a formality.
all
We
that
already
you
know
talk
who
about.
gets in pick.
Correct.
We already know who gets in pick.
Correct. I have virgins want to work.
Yeah.
Telling you.
And don't have the
Because they live in
opportunity.
here or they live in there.
Yeah.
Nobody in here. So what you want the youths and them to do?
What you want them to do? Young people don't want to give back. Young people don't want to do this. Young people don't want to do that. How are we going to give you something from nothing?
Oh God, let's see. Something bad.
How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? How you want young people to give back? Young people. I'm so tired of hearing that. Give the young people something.
Look, you's a young person. So how all youths bad?
Come on, man.
So I'm to Shakira. Yeah, I'm to Shakira. But before we go into that all youths bad conversation, I want to touch on that.
Yeah, of course.
Let me just take a little break and we'll come back. Boom. Back again. So, as a youth coming up in the society, you know, a society where did I say all the youths and then on shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but I what the older ones as we saying. Then we turn them on shit, and I mean, there are a lot of youths out there that misguided.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have no real type of mentors or father figures or mother figures, any type of figures around them, positive figures around them, to really trod this life. You know, from time somebody hear you talk, they know Shakira on the right path. Shakira is one of them that choose the right path. How, I want to say, is it difficult, but trying to be on the right path in a generation of so many youths that going on the negative path. How you does, you know, because friends is all different types of, you know, influences around people your age. How you does stay on the right path?
I think I have always been a free spirit. I do what I want to do, not what anybody else wants me to do. But I think that I have always tried to use my light to shine a world on everybody, you know? So if you see young people walking down a particular path, sometimes it's because they don't know any better. That's all they know. And the saying goes that when we know better, we do better. And if you show people that, hey, it has better, the natural mind is only going to want to gravitate to something better for oneself. And I think that in a society, if we say that a lot of young people are walking down that road, we get people to meet them on their level. To sit just like how me and you sitting down and talk and say, hey, brethren, that's not cool, you know. That way you're doing it right, you know. Not me talking down to you, know, but me, brother to brother, sister to sister, and you know. It has something better, you know. And I expose you to other things and other opportunities. And then I give you the choice to choose. Because at the end of the day, it is your choice, you know. And I can't want anything for you more than you want it for yourself. So you have to choose. But if I expose you to something different, you're obviously going to want better for yourself, you know?
Definitely.
It's like if you're eating baked chicken your whole life and somebody come and introduce you to KFC and you realize, yes, you're real nice.
Of course.
You expose people to different things. And I think that's a possibility, you know, that we could create different avenues for young people. You get young people that on their level to come create spaces where we could talk to them, where we could have a one-on-one with them, you know? Because the youth ain't bad. They don't have the support. I think they genuinely don't have the support.
With a voice like yours, do you speak to your peers, you know, to people around who, you know?
I talk anyway I get a chance to talk.
Yeah, you just talking.
I just talking. Yeah. I am just the messenger.
Right.
You know? I talk anyway I get a chance to talk. And sometimes I'm not very popular or very liked because not everybody is going to agree with the message and not everybody is going to be on my vibration, you know? But anyway, I get an opportunity to inspire somebody, to invoke some kind of change in your life. If what I could say could change the trajectory of your life,
of course,
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to, like, you know, hey, you have other things for you to do.
You're a spiritual person?
Yes, I am. Yes,
religion, what, like?
I'm London Baptist. I baptized London Baptist when I was about...
Baptist.
Yeah, when I was about 13.
I never heard of it.
So, you know, there's different spiritual London, but it's all under one big...
What is London Baptist? From London?
So basically, that's just their faith. So there's London, spiritual, and a whole lot of categories. But it's not that I...
The first time I hear about
so country people again.
Oh,
yeah. Right. But so the church is actually Third Company London Baptist. That's where I baptized. I think I was only 13 when I decided to give my life to Christ.
So you decided?
I decided. And I remember my mom was asking me, you ready for that? You know what I mean? You know? But I was 13 when I decided, yeah. And that was around the same time that I decided I wanted to become an artist and spoken word and all that is also within the same time frame. But yeah. And when I say spiritual, I mean my faith and your faith could be two completely different faiths, but we serve God.
Right.
You know? And I believe that there is a higher power. There is.
For sure.
There is a higher power, you know? And that just this that we're doing here, we can't do this without God.
No lie.
If God decides to take my breath today,
of course,
I'm not talking on my own. I didn't get here on my own. Sometimes we think we're doing it on my own.
True.
But it's not.
It's God.
It's by the goodness of God. It's by the grace of God. And all that I have today and have achieved is by the goodness of God. That when people say, hey, how that girl from Muruga do it? I'm going to say it's by the goodness of God. It's by God. It's by God's grace and God's mercy on my life, you know? Because it's about mercy.
Yeah.
It is about mercy.
Yeah, so you basically look at yourself like a real life messenger.
Real life messenger.
You know, like literally.
Yeah.
So that piece with the Trinidad is the truth.
It's the truth.
Because Shakira said it. Shakira is the messenger. You understand?
And if you don't agree with the message, take it up with God.
Yeah.
I'm just the messenger.
No, but from the time I listen, because I mean, that was the first and only piece I ever heard from you. And I want to hear so much more.
So much more.
You know, that's the reason why I follow one time. I said, nah, I want to keep up with this energy here.
Yeah.
But just from listening to your work, that is God.
Yeah.
Yes, hear it. You know, it's strong, it's passionate, it's real, it's authentic, it's straight to the point.
It's not about it. It's not even about popularity. I don't want to be viral. I don't want to be known. I want my work to inspire change.
I mean to cut you, but as you say that, now I observe everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I observe anything people doubt, I observe it.
Yeah.
When the whole scene was going on that morning, when your video bust and MYOB posted so and this one posted so and it started to go mayhem. If you look at Shakira page, I swear Shakira sleeping. While all this going on, right? Fireworks on the media, Shakira the Poet, poet all over. You're going to see, well, who's this person? When you're going in now, Shakira ain't even post the video yet herself. So it shows that you're really not that fame thing.
And not on that. Yeah. And I remember when all the traction was happening with, because by the time the numbers game dropped, I already moved on, you know.
Yeah.
Because the semi-finals was quite in March.
Yeah.
At this point in time, we at the end of April.
Yeah.
I don't move on.
You don't burn your fire along.
I don't burn my fire out, cook set lights and all kind of thing, and I move on, you know. Yeah. I was already in the process of writing The Voice at 99% when everything came out. And I remember
late.
I remember telling my brother, I'm not caught up with the hype right now, you know.
No, actually.
I'm not caught up with the hype.
I see it. That was the first thing I noticed about it. I was like, she do something this powerful.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to start a conversation.
Yeah.
If it start conversations among the right people, and people start to say, hey, you hear this, you hear this? Not because I talented, you know.
Yeah.
But if it starts a conversation to how we could really change this boy, then I do my job. If it starts a conversation, then I did my job.
Yeah, do it. I don't think after that poem, nobody could debate about that topic no more.
Are they still getting debates, huh?
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, well, right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So after that, people still come to your head top and let you know, I'm not you talking here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Serious?
Sometimes people...
It had people who actually say that still?
Yeah.
After you explain that so in depth?
And sometimes...
Unbelievable, boy.
Sometimes I had to let my brother know. Cause we are 8 years apart. So he's older, he's in his 30s.
Right.
Sometimes I had to let him know, yo, you can't fight everybody in the media. Sometimes
So
you
there was
just
fighting on the media still? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I was looking through the comments to see.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really seeing the hate.
yeah.
I might take one or two little shit, but
it had one or
the
two.
majority was
I
like,
kind of let it bypass, but my
serious.
brother was like, nah.
But it wasn't much though.
It wasn't much.
Yeah,
It wasn't
it
much.
can't be,
But the
because,
people that did jump out,
Yeah.
my people, quickly give them a check. But it have people that really believe that there's no way I could say the music is not the problem. There are people that
After all the explanation.
just in the week today, somebody was like, hey, saw your post.
Right.
Like your poem. Don't agree with you.
Oh God.
And I said, you know what? That's okay.
I mean,
That's okay. You know why? Because my bank account agrees. So if you
grand.
don't agree, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No,
that's
but
okay.
still, you explain that to perfection.
Yeah.
And it's like you're saying the music is not the problem or the music.
Thank you.
You
Some
ain't
people
really
miss
saying
that.
that.
Some people miss that.
You just try and show them the broader picture. It have so much things. You know, like a brethren of mine was saying the other day, everybody was talking about the kangaroo the other day. Right? The kangaroo starving, the kangaroo. Them is the same people who passing dog on the road.
Correct.
Dog hungry, go on the beach, chasing the dog. Go from here.
Go from here.
But talking about kangaroo. You know, so basically what I get from your piece was stop following the trend. Everything do have to be
They are trend.
because we know the Trinidad thing is a trend. That Trinidad, how old Trinidad is? 2017.
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, like say 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Brother, how long this thing going on?
Fair to
How
be a
long
problem.
bodies dropping? How long people in our jobs? How long people who have food? Trinidad caused that. So that's all you were trying to say.
Yeah.
And
And
I
people
shocked
miss
that
that
you tell me,
message.
"Pff,
Because I state clearly
goodness."
music influences state of mind. But
Yeah.
let me state it so the blind
Correct,
could see and the
correct.
people in the back could hear.
Correct.
But people miss that.
Nah, them inside in that.
People miss that.
Them just don't like how you say it.
Yeah.
Do jumpy them.
Yeah.
Because you want to jumpy them,
Yeah.
boy. Well, you want to jumpy the little
Yeah.
black boys and them, boy. Like the reality, boy. And that going on in this country for years,
Yes.
boy. Everything the black boy do is a scene, boy. Well, you stop all your madness.
Yeah.
I shock you tell me that. I
Yeah.
tell you, people
A lot of people,
dread.
it have a few, but I think once we get people to start a positive conversation and to realize that it's not the music.
Yeah.
I think once the majority goes that way, I don't care about what the minority think.
Yeah, deeper than that.
Yeah, it's deeper than it's bigger
It's
than them.
so deep. And I cannot believe that people, especially Trinidadians, all they living here,
Yeah.
all they seeing what going on, and all they still playing blind to it. Shakira come to a magnificent piece. You want to playing blind, or stop playing blind from a place, or they seeing what's going on in the country. We have to save the youths. The youths is the
Yeah.
future. We need to guide them. When you see a youth going down the wrong path, don't chastise them.
Yeah.
You know, help them up.
Give support.
You know, support the youth. It ain't easy, especially for these little ghetto youths. It ain't easy. I see it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Youths growing up, youths waking up in the morning. Daddy's a gangster. Mommy is a something.
Yeah.
You know, you just home in the house. Breakfast not even making. You understand it? It ain't
And they're
funny.
trying to find a way.
And they're trying to find a way. The only influence they have is the friends they have in the
Yeah.
streets. And them same friends now come from the same households.
Yeah.
And it's just a cycle.
Yep.
It's just a cycle.
Yep.
You know? Thank God that I grew up with a family and
Yeah.
a mother that would have beat the living daylights out of me.
If you wanted to
If
walk
I
that
pick
path.
up any gun and play I going out there and cuss killing myself.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. As I tell people, when I used to get trouble in school,
Yeah.
and principal say, we suspending you. Me ain't frightened for nothing else but my mother.
You don't want you to come.
Me don't care about the school, me don't care about the police, me don't care about the dean. It's
Just
my
not
mother,
mother.
because my mother used to make sure I was on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
And that really saved me. I know that. And I
Yeah.
always thank my mother for that, for being a strict parent.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of youths around me didn't have that. And they went down the wrong road.
Yeah.
Mommy partying, daddy liming on the block, brother and sister doing mad thing. So they had nothing,
Yeah.
you know.
And they walked the wrong path because
And
of
they
that
went
lack of
down.
support.
That is all it was. It wasn't nothing else. You know, it was not having that foundation in your life as a youth. Remember these youths young, you know?
Yeah.
How you want them to know different?
And sometimes all they want is somebody to take them
That is
under their wing and show them a different life.
That is all.
know? Sometimes when they're out on the block, KJ and the outlining, that is their sense of community, you know.
Yeah.
That's their sense of family. That's
That
all
is
they
their
know.
family.
That
They
is
say-
fam- That's
they
where
say
they know love.
gangs.
Yeah.
Is youths looking for family.
Yes.
So they go into these gangs
Looking for family.
Like why they calling the man boss and all these things because
father and all
daddy
kind of
and
thing,
come
yeah.
home. You know, because daddy ain't home,
Yeah.
mommy ain't studying you. Is that really the thing? So that piece,
Yeah.
and the new piece where you have where you say winning the finals with.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that.
You can't wait to
Because
hear
I
that.
feel like that one was different.
Yeah. In
I
that
feel-
piece, the voice and 99% are actually coming out like, yo, I Shakira Abubakar, this is the
Yeah,
poetic coup.
yeah.
Like, you know? And that's where that energy comes from. I basically saying, I see all you doing, no?
Yeah.
I see and I'm not afraid to say. You know? And we letting the 1% know all their privilege cut.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say before you leave, Shakira?
I appreciate you inviting me into your space.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming here.
I
first and
appreciate the
foremost.
love, you
You
know.
do any interviews since you went?
I had CNC3 this morning.
Oh, okay.
I had Life Matters earlier in the day. I had another one midday. I had you. So I had a couple today.
So you're doing your thing.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a couple,
man.
but you know,
Keep pushing the
I
thing.
give God thanks for this journey.
Yeah.
I
I
give
know
God
what you have
thanks.
to do. This is just my advice to you.
Yeah.
You could take it if you want.
Of course, of course.
We need more positivity,
Yeah.
right? The negativity winning. The reason why negativity winning is because the people who want the negativity pushing for the dreams.
Yeah.
Their dream is to be on that shit and then pushing for it. Them shooting the videos, them going out there, them on Instagram live,
Yeah.
them pushing themselves. And as always, the positive people around me, especially the artists, stop hiding. Because if the good hide, the evil going to prevail.
Yeah.
It's only basic maths, right?
Yeah.
I want to see someone like yourself who that talented too treat your work just like the same way how the artists treat their work.
Yeah.
Not because you're a poet means that you have to just, how to put it, go on a stage and say the
Yeah.
poem. You could shoot a video. Just like a music video and pour them types of content on the TikTok, on the this, on the that, and let me try to fill the place
Yeah, with
that
positivity,
with that vibe. Because look
positive
at your that little piece, it went viral. Okay, the video looked good. The way how you bring it across was
Yeah.
good. Everything was well done. Anything that is well done would be appreciated.
Yeah.
But the people who own the positive vibes, they're not really drilling them that way.
Yeah.
And I want to see more. I want to see Shakira right through.
Yeah.
You know, right
Yeah.
through. I want to see you go viral whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I telling you.
I appreciate that, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that advice.
Nah,
I'm
trust me,
gonna
trust me.
I'm gonna crack down on
You're
my
23
craft.
years old. You're
Yeah.
young. You're a leader in the young world right now. The youths
Yeah.
are looking up to you. Don't let them look up to nothing. Don't let
Yeah.
them look up to you and then Shakira gone.
I disappear.
And they're looking for Shakira, but they're seeing this man and that man and that
Yeah.
man. That ain't making sense.
Yeah,
Let me see
yeah.
more of the goodness.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that love. I
So let's tell
appreciate
your
that
fans
love.
where to find you.
I
know.
am actually at Shakira The Poet on Instagram. So it's Shakira underscore.
She don't like
the-
fame, eh? So she mightn't approve the request.
Shakira the underscore the poet on Instagram, and that's actually the only social media accounts I have.
Instagram
so
alone.
yeah, Instagram alone.
Make a TikTok now.
I will consider it.
Do it now.
I will consider it.
TikTok is for you.
TikTok is for me.
It's for that type of material.
Yeah.
You understand? This little thing we doing here.
Yeah.
This going on TikTok.
Yeah.
People gonna love this interview. People gonna know more about Shakira.
Yeah.
Push yourself.
I appreciate that.
Right? So
I
thanks for
appreciate
coming.
that. Of
Big
course,
up
of
yourself
course, of
all
course.
the time
Yeah.
for holding down the Trinidad
Yeah,
youth
music.
fully. And you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Blessings. Boom.